Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to Fighting Words with the you are tuned in to Fighting Words with Bang, man. Hey man, uh this is a new segment of my channel, man. It's called The Fight That Made Me a Fan. And I'm here with with my guy today, man, a special guest, man. Y'all seen him all over YouTube, man. Jumping channel, man. Well spoken. He know his stuff, man. This man knows his boxing, man. My man Claymore Rain, man. Holla at the people for me one time, man.
Yeah, salute, Bang. I appreciate you having me up here. Finally, getting me up here. I've been supporting you for a minute, bro.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we talked before off camera, but seeing you on there with Greg Hackett, and shout out to Greg as well because he's doing great things now. I see they coming at him now on boxing news.
Right.
They coming at him, and that's good, man. I knew he was going to be who he was going to be, and when he, brought you into the fold and said this was the guy you need to watch, I paid close attention, and he wasn't wrong, man. You ain't fall short of those accolades, bro. So it's an honor to be up here, man.
Man, we love the love, man. Shout out to my boy GHB, man, for real, man.
Mm.
Hey, man, so look, man. With this new segment, man, we talk a little bit about of course boxing, and we talk about the fight that made us a fan of a certain boxer. You know what I mean? Like your favorite boxer of today, yesterday. But my man Claymore, he told me who his favorite fighter was of today. And I just wanted to hear what fight made him a fan of that fighter. So
Yeah.
tell the people who your fighter, who your favorite fighter of today is.
Well, interestingly enough, Bang, contrary to popular belief, what the consensus is that they hear me defend maybe Devin every now and then, and they want to make me a Devin Haney fan. But the reality is, if you know me, it's Terrence Bud Crawford. Crawford is going to be the fighter of this era that I'm behind. Just for whatever argument's sake, of all time right now, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's Roy Jones. That's the guy who, who made me a fan of boxing, of all time. And yes, over Muhammad Ali, over Sugar Ray Robinson, over all those guys who are great fighters in their own right. But of all time, it was Roy. It was Roy, you know what I mean? And Roy also, him losing, not to, and I don't want to get off the topic, but Roy losing the way he did against Antonio Tarver also humbled me in the sport and made me not a fanboy anymore. Because I remember being heartbroken, literally heartbroken, literally
Everybody,
devastated. I was devastated,
everybody.
brother. My heart was broken when I seen him lose against Antonio Tarver. I was out of pocket. I stayed home for like 3 days after that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's what made me humble myself and say, yo, bro, boxing, we can't be too much of a fanboy. We can support these
Right.
fighters, but you know, they're not, Roy don't pay none of my bills. So that being
Absolutely.
said, bringing it full circle back to where we at as far as Terrence Bud Crawford is concerned,
Hold on, hold
yeah,
on, hold
bro.
on, hold on.
Mhm,
Hold on. Before you go any further, I do
mhm,
apologize.
mhm,
One thing I can't say about the Roy Jones and Tarver, the Roy Jones losing to Tarver,
mhm.
is what I do appreciate what I do appreciate about that was the fact that Tarver actually went on to continue to do great things after that Roy. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of different from the Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson
Right,
situation. You
right.
understand what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah. But carry on. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
no doubt. Yeah, yeah. Buster definitely caught the tail end of Mike Tyson. The victory
Right,
didn't hold that much weight because Tyson kind of like digressed from that
right,
moment, and Tarver actually catapulted and moved higher, which gave just more respect to Roy Jones as well, on who
absolutely,
he was. But
absolutely.
Terrence Bud Crawford, yeah, definitely the fighter. I've always been a fan of his. I think he just captures a lot of the energy. He captures the energy, the things that I subscribe to. He's a father. He has a big family. He doesn't have a perfect family between him and his mother, and other situations. He's had a journey that he's faced some adversity, but he's always stayed calm. He's always stayed disciplined. He's always stayed committed to the sport, and I definitely don't think he gets the respect he deserves. I think people play with his face a lot in the boxing game. He's just one of those boxers. If you go, in my opinion, if you go against Bud Crawford, if you just, and I don't mean go against him as far as him winning or losing, I'm just talking about his character. If you have issues with Bud Crawford, it says something about you because he literally doesn't put anything out there, in my opinion, to be criticized to the point where I hate Bud Crawford, right? So yeah,
Right.
definitely my favorite fighter. And yeah, go Bud, bro. Hope Bud beats Canelo's ass. Hope he gets that fight too.
Salute that.
No doubt.
Salute that. Salute that. So what's the fight that made you a fan of him?
The fight, I would say there was two fights, two significant fights for me with Terrence Crawford. The first one is probably going to be against Gamboa, right? Gamboa was the fight where I looked at him and I said, okay, nah, this dude's going to be one of those guys, because he came with a lot of pound for pound accolades. Even by that time, fighting Gamboa, people were expecting him to be a pound for pound fighter. But I knew Gamboa was going to be that. For me, was the face that I recognized first. And when I saw the way he performed in that fight and the way he was able to stop Gamboa, I don't recall if that was the first. I think that was the first time Gamboa got stopped. I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
It was, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's crazy you said that because I told you I wonder if the fight that you pick is gonna be the
Yeah.
fight that I pick, and
Yeah.
that was the fight. And I'm gonna give my spiel on it, but let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Right. The Gamboa fight really separated him for me. But the fight that made me a fan, that made me say, this is my guy, is a fight that goes under the radar. It was against Jose Benavidez Jr. That was a fight that pushed me over the top. And it wasn't so much the fight, it was the whole experience, right? The build up to the fight, the outside of the ring and things that was going on. And obviously the famous press conference where Gamboa pushed him and Bud almost lost the bag. Bud almost almost lost the bag, bro. Because everything in me says if he would have connected with that shot, we would never seen the fight, because there was no way he was going to recover for that.
He would have broken it down.
100%, right there in front of his whole family. So that right there let me know the dog was real, and he wasn't nothing. He was not to be taken lightly, and stop playing with Bud. That made me a fan, and obviously following that up with that performance, stopping him, all that energy that Jose Benavidez brought to the match, all the shit talking, you know what I mean? It was just like, that fight just meant a lot and just made me a bigger fan of Bud Crawford. And definitely, I think that was a fight that pushed me into, like, you know what, I'm a fan of this dude. I just love his attitude. The attitude was that, because up until that point, he was always so humble. You know what I'm saying? He was always so humble. But that Jose Benavidez fight showed me, like, the dog is real. He ain't playing. He's not out here playing with these dudes. There's a grown man. Keep your hands to yourself, family. Boxing is boxing. Everything outside of boxing could go bad, real bad.
Focus on your fight before you don't make it to your fight.
That was another famous line. That was a famous line. And smiling while he said it. And smiling. And anybody who's been outside know that smile. Know what it is. Like, all right. That's why when he was on that stage with Errol Spence, and he told Errol Spence's little crew, and he tried to tell them to calm down, I think anybody who understood who Bud was understood how serious that was. Like, hey, bro, we don't want to act like a fool on the camera. You already know they think we can't do nothing without turning this place out. So everybody relax, because it can go real bad. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, everybody knows I gets active.
Right. I can dig it. I
love the energy, bro.
Hey, man, so look, just to piggyback off of that, man, the fight that made me a fan of Crawford originally was the Gamboa fight. Because I used to get online when Fight Hype was just a website and they had articles. You know what I'm saying? Before they turned into a complete YouTube site. You know what I mean? Like, I kept seeing this Terrence Crawford dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? So they say he was scheduled to fight Gamboa. So at the time, I'm a Gamboa fan, because Gamboa was like he was avoided. He was cleaning shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gamboa was that guy. My brother put me on the Gamboa. He was like, man, everybody running from this dude. And he not even a big boxing fan, but he told me about Gamboa. He raised the awareness of Gamboa to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at Fight Hype, and I'm seeing that both of these dudes are 23-0 with the same amount of knockouts. They had the exact same record, bro. So I'm like, Crawford, Omaha, Nebraska. Let me see who this dude is. My very first time watching them fight. And I'm watching the fight rooting for Gamboa. I watched that fight because I following Gamboa. And that boy got out there, man. I seen what Crawford did to Gamboa. I said, man, who is this dude, man? And that was the fight, bro. He showed so much separation. Gamboa rocked him maybe once in that fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight until it wasn't. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And just the way that he did the way he did Gamboa, bro, I was like, bro, I'm a fan of this dude. Not to you know, like I didn't want to pull a Roy Jones against Tarver and
Mm-hmm.
have and be in my feelings like that when I saw Gamboa lose. I was just like, man, I understand like this is boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then he lost to somebody that everybody lost to as well. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, but now it's crazy you said the Gamboa fight, bro, because that's the fight when I first seen Crawford. That was my very first time seeing Crawford, finding out who he is, finding out how he fights. You know what I'm saying? Like that fight right there solidified it for me. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was the truth after that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that that I became a Crawford hater when he was getting ready to fight Spence. But
Right.
what happened was when they first got on the collision course, my initial feelings for that fight with Spence and Crawford, I was like, bro, I hate they got to fight, dog. I love both of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? I was and so in the midst of that, I started like getting on Billy's show, Young Billionaire Boxing. It was my
Mm-hmm.
first time like getting online, talking boxing and all that. So once I'm starting to get on his show, man, that boy, his crowd was full of savages, bro. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, either you gonna be Crawford or you gonna be Spence, bro. You can't pick nothing. Because I used to get on there. I'm like, bro, I just think it's gonna be a good fight. The only
Right.
thing that'll surprise me in that fight is domination on either end. I
Right.
didn't expect for neither one of them to get dominated. I didn't expect for Errol to dominate Spence. To dominate Crawford, and I didn't expect for Crawford to dominate Spence. I just thought it was gonna be a good fight, bro, and I really didn't have no winner. And then they just kept, nah, man, you did we'll. So I was like, man, fuck Crawford. This Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Stop straddling that fence, bro. Hey, bro, stop straddling the fence, man. What you
Yeah,
doing,
you
bro?
feel me?
You
Like I
hate these
like
fence stragglers, man.
Yes, bro. You can't just be a fan of the game, bro. You got to either be a blood or a crip over here, man. So I'm like, bro, well, it
Look,
is what it is, man. I'm riding with Spence, man.
I
So
mean, that's what you're supposed to do. What else are you supposed to? If you're gonna put it that way, what am I supposed to do? If you're gonna throw it at me like that, I'm going with Errol. Damn, bro. What do you want me to say, bro? That's what you want. Because you know what I mean? I mean, damn, I'm trying to get into a deep intellectual conversation about this fight, and y'all just want to keep it black. All right, then, man. I don't want no problems, bro. I'm rocking it on my hat. I live here. This is my city. I'm not crazy. Of course, it's Errol. But
right, right,
I,
right, right,
I think
right.
that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is going to be one of those era marking fights. Not it's going to mark the era because not only what was the fight anticipated a lot. Everybody was we almost thought we weren't going to see the fight, right? Like that fight almost in
Right,
our minds just didn't happen. But
right,
also, I think in our community, it was one of those fights that separated everybody in the community, right? It was one of those
absolutely.
like everybody jumped on sides. A lot of these YouTube channels that you look at today was created off the back of that fight. A lot of indifference. So
Right,
it's an era marking fight. It was a great fight, but at the same time, there's a little bittersweet energy towards it because I do think that it put our community at odds
right,
against each other in a way that I thought was unnecessary. And Bud was right when he spoke at that press conference. Even he felt it and let it be known, like, yo, this is getting crazy. Like, yo, bro, we fighting, but what's going on in this building? What's going on in our
right,
community? We need to chill, bro.
right,
We need both.
right,
We need to both be celebrated right now. We're both bringing you
right,
guys Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard,
right,
the rebirth. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it was bittersweet, but yeah, man, an epic build up to that fight, man. And like you said, who would have expected it to be a one-sided affair? Everybody thought it was going to be a competitive fight. We thought Errol was back, right? We thought he was
Right.
back. He proved himself. He fought Danny, right?
Yep.
He fought
Yeah, Ugas.
Ugas, and we're like, okay, we had questions at first, and we thought he was coming back maybe a little too fast. He was Mr. No Tune Up, right? And we are
Right,
like, damn, bro, come on, Errol, you know what I mean? But he showed it. He showed improved and put on great performances there. And we thought we got a pretty decent Errol that night, and it looked the way it did. And not to take anything away from Terrence. I'm a Terrence fan, not to take anything away from his victory, but I think if we roll the camera, we'll see that Errol definitely suffered some some
absolutely.
some issues from that accident and from the way he approached the game. But yeah, great, an era marking fight, an era marking fight. It really marked an era for our era growing up to be like this fight right here really had the whole entire boxing space shaken up. It was
Absolutely.
fights going on outside about this. There was addies getting sent out. There was, people were
Bro,
meeting up.
did you go to the fight?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to the
I
fight,
didn't go
man.
to the fight either, man. I had planned on doing it, man. I did not make it to
I
that fight.
stayed
I
here with
wanted
my
to go
family
though.
right here in my living room.
Nah, for real, for real. I definitely wanted to go, but I didn't go. Um, and as far as the Jose Benavidez fight,
Mm.
I felt like that was his second fight at 47? If I'm mistaken.
Was it his
Jeff
second? It
Horn,
definitely wasn't his first because I mean, you know
Jeff
what?
Horn first. Jeff Horn was first, right?
The first fight was it was Jeff Horn because
Okay,
Ndongo was his last fight at 140, I think.
right. That's when he got the last belt from Ndongo.
Right, exactly.
So
Unified.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, it was so crazy, bro. Like for that fight, I was like, man, Benavidez kind of big. And I know he coming off that knee, you know what I'm saying, getting popped in his leg, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I was like, damn, bro. But what I did know about Jose Benavidez was that he was tough. He's not as fast, he's not his brother at all. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? But he tough. He was setting up traps for Crawford. He caught Crawford a few times. And I was like, and I was telling my people that was at the house with me watching the fight, I was like, bro, I'm going for Crawford, bro, but this not gonna be an easy fight, bro. I just like because I do understand that Jose brings something to the table. You know what I'm saying? But for him to stop him the way he did, bro, I was like, man. And then the strength that he showed against Sean Porter. I remember when Sean Porter tried to wrap up with him, and he kind of like got him up off. I was like, damn, bro. I was in the studio
Sean
watching
Porter
that
was the
fight.
beginning of the he ain't a small guy conversation, right? Because everybody was saying he was small for the division, and
Right.
that he was getting off on skills. But Sean Porter was when he exposed it ain't just skills, bro. Like really, I'm out here like deadlifting 480 pounds, bro. Like I'm really a
Right.
problem out here. Like this wrestling,
Right.
y'all don't know about this kind of strength. There's a whole different kind of strength.
That wrestling.
Mm.
Credit to his wrestling background because wrestling, bro. I used to watch a lot of UFC, bro.
Mm.
That
Me too.
wrestling is important for foundation as far as the
Mm.
way you plant your feet, shift your weight, your body weight, the way you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Credit to wrestling, a wrestling background for the Jackal.
Mm.
For goddamn, my favorite fighter. Fucking I told you, I just got off work. I
Yeah,
told
I know. Favorite fighter in boxing with a wrestling background?
is Rigondeaux.
Okay.
Rigondeaux was a wrestler. A lot of
Right.
people don't know this. Rigondeaux was a wrestler, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He, of course he played soccer and all that, but he was a wrestler in
I
school.
didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
When they got that wrestling background, they know how to shift that power. They know how to shift. They like as far as like how they plant their feet and to create all that power from the feet up, from the ground up. That
Mhm.
wrestling background, bro. Like so, credit to like Crawford and Rigondeaux for having them those wrestling background because it pays dividends in boxing for real, for real. Yeah, I
It
mean,
definitely showed. It showed up in the Porter fight, and it 100% showed up in the Errol fight as well.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely,
he's just an
absolutely,
all-around athlete as well. That's another thing that I admire about him is the fact that he's so competitive in everything from ping pong to basketball to
right,
wrestling to boxing, obviously to anything he does, and that mentality translates in so many parts of his life. When you look at his come up, all the adversity he had, he has a no B plan mentality. You know what I'm saying? When he focuses on something, he puts everything he has into it. He commits everything he's got. His whole family got to be behind him. And he took his family everywhere he went, right? Every fight that he won, at the end of it, he's dancing with his mama in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like he
right,
brought everything with him. He never let go of anything to get where he was going to go. He wasn't willing to make that sacrifice.
right,
He wasn't willing to compromise. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, I can't take you unless you was I'm sure if you was really a pain in the ass and you were doing dumb stuff. But even when
Right.
you look at his relationship, everybody he's got with him is who he started with. No new
Right.
guys,
He
and he
keep his
didn't let
loved
nobody
ones
go.
around. Yeah, he keep his loved ones around him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that's important. That's real important, bro. It's a lot of people who they all of a sudden get these new entourages, like these people that wasn't there when they was shooting in the gym, so to say. You understand what I'm saying? And they just, you got them leeches, you got them just bad people around you, bro. I seen it
Just
happen.
all around distractions, right? That's what they end up
Yeah,
becoming.
bunch of
The more
distractions,
people, the
bro.
more distractions, the more they're pulling you in different directions, and you need only people who are going to keep you where you're supposed to be. And Terrence did a good job of making sure that that stayed intact. I remember Eddie Hearn, not to go off topic, but Eddie Hearn kind of mentioned the difference he saw in Devin Haney's preparation and the way it looked in the locker room before he came out to fight Ryan Garcia. And he said he felt something was off because when he went in there, it was a whole different locker room than what he's noticed. He was like, he didn't know a lot of people in there. He didn't know who they were. There was a lot of commotion going on back there. There was a lot of things going out there that Eddie Hearn, who's been part of a large portion of Devin Haney's career, was unfamiliar and uncomfortable with what he saw going on
Right,
back there. And then all the way even into the ring, he said when he looked at Devin, you know, when they were in the ring before their names were being announced, he still just saw like distracted. You could tell that all that happening in that locker room distracted him even up into the fight, and he kind of wasn't shocked at the result
right,
almost. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
right.
showing me signs all the way through. Terrence captures the importance of staying grounded, and he's a grounded fighter. He's not iced out. He's not pushing the Phantom or the Maybach to the party. He's
Right.
still he's a boxer, and he stays grounded, both feet on the ground, man.
Simple, real
Yeah.
simple. Like, you know what I mean? Like just a real simple dude. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how many of those people are still around with Devin. Cause it's crazy how people that can have nothing, like they come from nothing, they have nothing, and they jump on the bandwagon, and it's all like everything is all good. You buy them a shirt, they'll shoot somebody for you. You buy them a pair of shoes, they'll stab somebody for you. You understand what I'm saying? But when you lose and you start getting criticized, they abandon you. They start stealing from you. They start doing stuff behind your back. Is crazy, bro. Like I seen things like this happen in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like you can't even afford to be like that with somebody that with the bag. You can't afford to be like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just stay down. Just stay down with the people that you coming in with, because all them new people, bro, like they don't mean you no good, bro. Everybody need a job that you gonna pay them for. And it's for to do something that you can do yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it's okay, man, to be a star in the public and who you are around your loved ones. Just keep being that person. It's cool to be a star outside. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But keep all them new people away from you, bro. Like sign your autographs, shake your hands, kiss the babies, all that. You do all that, bro. But keep all them people where they at, bro, because they don't mean you no good, bro. They never do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and you got to overstand people sometimes too, because sometimes those people you're talking about don't know they're playing, don't know they're the distraction. They don't know that they don't mean you no good. They thinking their presence is of value. You know what I mean? They thinking they're bringing something to the table.
Right.
It's not until they get confronted with the reality that you're not going to be able to just facilitate their whole lifestyle forever, that they become the obstacle, that they make a decision at that point. So you have to learn to overstand. OG always told me that. No, man, that's something I grew up where I'm from, where he was like, you need to learn to overstand the people around you. Understanding is one thing, but overstanding means understand what they don't understand at times about their damn selves, about what they're going to
Right.
be in the
Right.
room. Because
Right.
if you don't do that and you just take people on their face value, you're opening the door of a potential Pandora's box to a lot of circumstances that probably don't need to be there. So being grounded, keeping the people who've been there with you, and make sure everybody serves a purpose. One thing COVID made me question everybody who was around me, right? COVID made when
You
you
had
had
a
to
lot
make
of
that
questions.
decision,
You had
like I
tough
had to look at people and be like, are you willing to die over Like, why are you
Right,
around again? Like, because
right.
now who's around me makes a difference, right? Like my kids' health, my health. I started having to evaluate the purpose of certain people being around me, right?
Right,
Like, you don't need to be in my damn living room right now, bro. Like, you
right,
know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
and that's and that translates into the sport. It translates into life, that the people around you serve purpose. You know what I mean? And if they don't serve purpose, you know, you might want to start considering exactly how to deal with that person, because dead weight
You
is
deal with them
unneeded.
from across the street. One thing that I do,
Mm-hmm.
like even to this day, I got people that I grew up with that, man, I love them to death, bro. But I gotta love them I gotta love them from across the street, because I know some grimy dudes, bro. I know it's people that my lady ain't never met that I
Mm-hmm.
know. You know what I'm saying? And these are my guys. But I don't go no further than seeing them in the streets, holding a quick conversation with them, and burning off. Know what I mean? I'm not getting in the car with you. I'm not going out with y'all niggas. I'm not doing none of that, bro. Like, because I just need to protect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I it's not to the point to where I don't trust them. I just know what they do outside, and I don't live like that no more. You understand what I'm saying? So I gotta keep everything balanced. I don't do no capping on none of my people. If I know you're a cutthroat dude, and I know you grimy, or you know what I'm saying, and you ain't showed me nothing but love, I'ma always holler at you. It's good. I don't do no capping on none of my people, bro. But as far as like spending days with them, and,
Right.
and and being in the wrong place, I don't do that no more, bro. Call me scared, call me a coward. You know what I mean? I'm 41 years old. I ain't got nothing else to
I'm
prove.
about to say the gray in your beard, bro, the wisdom in your beard. It's we passed that. I was in the military, and I remember when I was in field med school, I was a corpsman, a paramedic in the military, right? And
Right,
I remember when I went to field med, the staff sergeant told us that he didn't want to hear about us fighting out in town and doing stuff like that. He was making it clear, like, we're gonna let you out in town now, because we had just got done with training with boot camp, and you know we weren't out in town for that time period. And he was
right.
like, I'm gonna start letting you guys get these weekends. Don't be outside fighting. He said, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to hear about you fighting nobody because of your damn ego, because your feelings got hurt. He's like, you're a
Right,
killing man now. You're in the
right.
military. You a killing man now. So whoever you fighting, it ain't worth killing them. It ain't worth fighting them. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying? And he
absolutely.
said something significant to me. He said, if you're not who you are already, you ain't never going to be it. And that
Absolutely.
stuck with me, right? He's like, if you ain't who you are, if you haven't proven that in your high school years and in your younger years, you ain't never gonna prove it, bro. You ain't got nothing to
Absolutely.
prove to nobody out here, bro. Everything's on the line. If you ain't ready to kill them, you don't need to be fighting them. And I need
Absolutely.
y'all to have that mentality outside with these civilians, bro, because I'm not trying to come get you dudes out about no damn jail because somebody
Right,
stepped on your Jordans or somebody said something you ain't like, bro. Get it
right.
together.
Right. It got to be worth it, man. And
Yeah,
Crawford kind of seemed like one of them dudes, man. Like no new friends. I don't need nobody in my business. You know what I mean? He real reclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do respect that about him. You know what I'm saying? He private. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way to be, bro, because a lot of stuff is not for social media, bro. Even the good shit that happened for me, bro. I don't be posting shit on social media, bro. Like it's a lot of stuff I don't post, bro, because it's not y'all business. You know what I'm saying? This the most internet I have ever done, bro. Like doing this boxing shit,
likewise,
bro. Like, you know what I'm
likewise.
saying? So yeah, man, I do respect him for that, man. But yeah, man, Mr. Claymore Rain, my guy. I
No
sure
doubt.
appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? I thank everybody for watching, for tuning in. You know, man, we gonna come with a lot more, man. Y'all gonna see me on his show whenever, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, I can't wait,
Whenever
man.
I
We gotta
get
make we gotta
time.
make something happen. Matter
Yeah,
of yeah,
man. I
we'll
just
politic though, because I got some ideas of some things as well
right,
that I want to build with. I'm think we'll talk about it, but things I want to do with the content creators, some content creators, right, including
right,
Greg as well. You know what I mean?
right,
It'd be great to kind of have like a meeting of the content creators. You know what I'm saying, on one
right,
platform. You know, shout out to
right,
all the supporters of these channels, but you know, just getting all the content creators kind of build unbiasedly as we can on what's
right.
going on in the space. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, sir, man. Let them know where they can find you at, Mr.
Oh yeah,
Rain.
guys, follow me, man. Claymore Rain. It's the way it's spelled, Claymore. Rain, like the water outside. It'll take you to my channel, ATP Combat Media. Is the name of the show. Shout out to all my supporters, and I always welcome everybody. Come over and subscribe, bro, and see some perspective. You're not always gonna agree with everything I'm saying, especially if it's about your fighter. But I try my best to keep it 100, and I welcome all. What I mean, all opinions and perspective for sure to the space.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, y'all are tuned in to Fighting Words with Bang. This is the new segment of the channel, man. The fight that made me a fan, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We love the love, and we out. Salute.
Salute.
Bang.
Salute.